Hello guys. Hi. So these are Kingston's ducks. We have 2 Pekins and 2 Rowans, although the Pekin male needs to find a different home because he's beating up on the Rowan male, and that's just not nice, is it, sir? Yeah, talking about you, sassy pants. It's not nice. Ducks are so sassy. I gave them, you guys need some more water. So this isn't like our ideal pen for the ducks. Obviously we'd like them to have a bigger area. But they were naughty. They were loose, free range across the whole 5 acres here, but they were being naughty at the neighbor's house. So here they are until we can get up something bigger for them. Yeah, you're out of food too. Food and water already. See what he's doing to, his name's Ferdinand, and that's what the Pekin Drake is doing to him. So the Pekin Drake is leaving, vacating the premises, if he's going to be a mean boy. I did come back down here though. I'll have to get them some more water and food, but I came back down specifically for eggs. Oh, that one's got a crack in it. That's alright. Is what it is. That one doesn't. Because we're working on hatching out duck eggs right now. We're going to do 1 hatch out of duck eggs. Oh. Alright guys. I'll be back down with some water. Yeah. If y'all weren't naughty, you wouldn't be in here. Sitting in the greenhouse, drinking a coffee, and I just wanted to talk about something real quick. So I just got back from the bank and getting coffee. So Mondays are super hard here. We function way better as a family in the same space. Like, we function so well on weekends. But Mondays are hard because Paul goes back to work, which is necessary, but the babies aren't happy about it. I'm not happy about it. Nobody's happy about it. So Mondays are rough. And this morning, both of my children were just mad at the world. And so we had a rough morning, and so I was like, alright, I need to go to the bank, so everybody in the truck, it's nap time. And then I got to the bank, and I was about to turn onto the road to come back to our house, and I was like, you know what, I need a coffee. Not one from my home machine coffee. So I went and got a coffee, and as I was driving home, I thought, this little $4 coffee that I could easily make at home, but hey, we all know they taste better from the coffee place, is exactly what I needed to calm down and reboot before I get home and my children start screaming again. So I guess, you know, what I'm saying is, when you get a chance to take a quote-unquote break, because that's what going to the bank is while the children nap, it's a break, make it an actual break. Get a coffee, get an ice cream, get a french fry, I don't care what you get. Get something to make it an actual break, not just an errand, so that you feel better when you get home and you can be a healthier, happier person in your household after a stressful morning, night, day, week, whatever it's been. Just get the coffee. Guys, look at the monstrous amount of peas that are on this thing now. Look at all of them. They, like, all of the flowers turned into peas over the weekend. Isn't that lovely? So once most of the flowers on these turn to peas, I'll probably end up ripping these guys out because they're not going to be happy out here for much longer. It gets really hot in here. The leaves are a little tender right now, and it's not even as hot in here as it usually gets because it's actually pretty chilly outside today. We have a good breeze. But the monstrosity of peas. And then down here, our squash plants are doing fantastic. I think these are scallop squashes, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. We came back from camping and we've got sprouts all over the place. So these are the yellow beans. They're coming up all over. Over here we have a cucumber came up. Got some weeding to do. It's lovely. So I made lard, and I'm super excited about it. So I was cleaning out our big chest freezer, and I found a whole bunch of pig fat in there. I thought that we had used most of it when we ground up our deer this winter. That was not the case. So I made lard, which we love to use, and I think I did a pretty good job. It solidified very nicely. It's nice and white. I got 3 quarts and 2 pints out of it, which is a lot, and that's super exciting. And we just sent in 2 really big sows to butcher, so we're gonna have even more to make. I am testing something though. We're down in the cellar right now, and it stays under 55 degrees down here most of the time, I'm pretty sure. So, and it's dark. So we're gonna see how long this lard that I just made stays good down here. Just as a test. The stuff that I make out of the 2 sows, I'll probably, just because that'll make so much, I'll probably put most of it in the freezer. I mean, we go through it quickly, but not like quick enough that, you know, those 2 sows are so big that I'm probably gonna have 5 quarts each at least of lard from them. So lard, for those of you who don't know, is an excellent healthy alternative to if you can't use butter or you don't want to spend the money on butter, because we use real butter here, which can get pricey. Our milk cow is still young. She actually was just bred last month, so she's due in January. So we won't have our own butter for a while, and so we like to use lard when we have the pork fat to render down. Now, we're a pork farm, so typically that's not a huge deal. But not all the pigs that we send in that are market ready have a whole lot of fat on them. So lard is fantastic. With lard, you want to, if you want it to be neutral so that you can use it in like pastries and whatnot, you want to do it so slow, or it'll get that porky flavor. We use lard for in place of butter with like sauteing or roasting vegetables and stuff like that. So we don't mind like a bacony, porky flavor. So we just render it down and jar it up, and it's super easy to do. So that's what lard's used for, and it's actually a really good fat for you. If you're going to have fat in your diet, you might as well have one that contributes positive things to your diet, and one that is out of your own animals and your own freezer on your own farm. So that's a good thing to look into doing if you are raising pigs. So yeah, so I made lard. Oh, I can't wait for like tomato canning season and pepper season and whatnot. I've got a huge list of goals for us preserving wise for the summertime garden that I'm going to share with you guys. And so actually we'll probably head upstairs and go over that and talk a little bit about it. And you guys can leave your goals in the comments, because my goals are not done, and I have such a hard time thinking about the stuff that we want when I sit down to put it on a list. So feel free to leave your preserving goal lists in the comments. so that I can have more ideas. So let's go upstairs. Let's grab a coffee and go upstairs and look at those lists together. All right, guys, let's chat preserved stuff. And we don't do just a lot of canning here. Like, we do a lot of freezing because it's convenient and it's quicker. And it's quicker is always better when you have 2 children under the age of 3 in your house. So tomatoes, this is a very short list. I just started this the other day, and I have a lot to add to it, but I would love some suggestions. So I'm just gonna go over real quick what I have down on here already, and you guys can drop your homesteading pantry lists in the comments so that I can add more to mine. So tomatoes are huge. We use tomatoes for soups, we use some tomatoes for pasta dishes, whole bunch of stuff. So diced tomatoes, our goal is 52 pints. Whole tomatoes, so we don't make tomato sauce and can that. We just can the tomatoes and pull it out and make sauce when we need to. Basically because I don't have time to spend an entire day or 2 making tomato sauce. But if I decide that we want a pasta dish, then I'll think ahead and I'll take it out and simmer it down that day. But during harvest season, I just don't have time for that. So we just can the tomatoes whole or in quarters and pull them out. And that way too, because we do a lot of soups, we can just pull them out for soups, and that makes it a lot easier. So our goal is 50 quarts of just whole or quartered or halved canned tomatoes. I want to try to put up some of our own condiments this year. We use a lot of those. So 10 pints of ketchup and 10 pints of pizza sauce and 10 pints of salsa are all goals on our tomato list. Now here's one that's mostly for me because I love these, and I actually grow the yellow pear tomatoes just for this because we actually don't like the yellow pear tomatoes as far as flavor goes. So fermented tomatoes, I need 5 half-gallon jugs of fermented cherry tomatoes in the fridge because I use them almost daily for fresh salsa mostly, but you know, fresh cooking in general. And I use that to get the fermented foods into my diet. 60 pints of canned diced potatoes. We buy our potatoes because we live in a state where potatoes are produced in huge amounts. Maine is a huge potato farm state. We can get them extremely cheap during the season. So we don't grow our own potatoes. They take up too much space. For $15 for a 50-pound bag in September or August, we might as well just buy them and put them up from there however we want. I would like to buy and put away 3 bins of fresh yellow potatoes. Our favorite are the Soraya potatoes. 3 bins of winter squash put up. I could eat squash every single day. I love it. We need cranberry and apple juice. We need 15 cabbages at least hung up in the cellar or in crates for, you know, long-term cold storage. 10 cabbages chopped and in the freezer for easy pull out and use. 10 pints of pickles. We don't eat a lot of pickles. 10 pints will hold us over for a year or longer. 52 pints of beans of some sort, green beans, yellow beans, purple beans, whatever we've got. The kids will just eat a pint by themselves at lunchtime. And the last thing that I have on the list right now is 5 1-gallon bags of sliced or diced peppers in the freezer for easy pull out and throw in a pan. Thank you for stopping by our channel and hanging out with me and watching. Hit the subscribe button if you like the videos. I know I took quite the extensive break. I was like gone for 3 months, going through some mental stuff that I needed to figure out. But I wanted to get back to it, and I did, and I'm happy I did, and I think we're going to have a whole lot of fun this summer. So I appreciate you guys stopping in. I appreciate shares, likes on the video, subscribing. Those things are all wonderful and very encouraging. I don't know if you guys can hear the growling baby. Our 9-month-old Stevie Wrench, she growls whenever she has a snack. She's a wicked foodie. So, thanks for stopping in, guys, and have a wonderful work week.